Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. You're a monster.
Hello, fairy tale things. It's hard to think of a character in the 21st century that has received more plush toys than Shrek. From carnival prizes to even Five Below, this is the brand new Five Below Shrek. This one came from a claw machine in Denny's. But the point is, there's a lot of Shrek plush. But would you believe me if I told you they got it right the first time? Yeah, these guys, I'm sorry, but they don't compare to these. This is the original set of Shrek plush from 2001. Yes, the very first line of plush toys based off of the Shrek movies. Made by McFarlane Toys. It is an amazing set of plush. So join me today. We're going to do a little retrospective as I highlight what I think is a criminally underrated line of toys. The Shrek 1 plush set. It was tough to define these. I say plush, but I say that with about 1,000 asterisks after that. Because they're also part beanie. They have the bean pellets in them that Beanie Babies had in the late 90s. And they're also part doll because they have, as you can see, vinyl pieces. It's very thick feeling. But what they don't have is armatures inside them. You can't pose them. So they're definitely not action figures or dolls. But they're also not quite plush. You see what I mean? But the point is, they are fantastic. Now, they made 5 of these. Yes, this is the entire set. So, starting off here, we have Gingy, Shrek, Donkey, Princess Fiona in her human form, and Lord Farquaad. So, pretty much the entire main cast of the first Shrek film. Now, McFarlane Toys, they were the master licensee for the very first Shrek film. When you think of McFarlane Toys, you know, Todd McFarlane, the guy who created Spawn, you think of his company being the company that makes Spawn toys. And they did do nice Shrek action figures. But they also did plush. Looking at Shrek here, you can see he's got his tag. These actually all have the original tags. And he was priced $7.99 at a store called Mayor or Meyer. I'm not quite sure on that. I do know that that's an East Coast, kind of Midwest grocery chain. Like, I know they got them up in, like, Michigan and Ohio. I'm a West Coast guy, so I'm not familiar with Myo stores. So maybe these were only released regionally. Either way, I don't know. I just know they're tough to find, but they're worth it. Check out Shrek here. Look at that vinyl head and how well it captures Shrek. Like, compared to even the action figure, I feel like the sculpting on this one is a little better. And that may just be the material used. These do use a thick vinyl as opposed to the plastic of the figures. And the way the light is reflecting off of the vinyl, it just looks like the lighting of Shrek 1. Kind of that harsh, ultra-realism look that the first film had. The later films were definitely brighter, and as a result, if you look at Shrek figures, the figures get progressively brighter as the movies go on. But this one just kind of captures the dankness of Shrek 1. Shrek's body type is also perfect here, which is rare for a plush toy. A lot of the plush, they don't want to stuff Shrek's belly and his big body. And yep, that is our lovable big ogre. One problem with this guy is the distribution of weight. They don't stand up. They just don't stand up at all. So to get this shot right now for the camera, I had to very carefully place a Shrek DVD and an acrylic stand. And even then, there was like a good 7 minutes before I started filming of me just like carefully adjusting these figures.
Another reason on why these figures may be so top-heavy is because they actually talk. I haven't mentioned this yet, but you're supposed to squeeze their bellies and they make some noise, but they're almost always broken. Like, these things have seriously a 90% fail rate with non-replaceable batteries. However, that all changed when I got Shrek. Listen to him. That's all he says.
Hello there, my name's Shrek.
So, yes, they look phenomenal, but I do want to give one caution to those looking to collect these, and that's that you need to have a spot on your shelf where there's like something for them to lean against. They can't just stand on their own. I definitely think if these had had an armature in them, like a metal armature, almost like a stop motion puppet, that would have significantly elevated these.
Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I still hate you.
The McFarlane design philosophy of detailed action figures is actually put into these plush. And I would argue they'll put into these plush better than the McFarlane figures. Take a look at Donkey here. The Donkey plush, I think, is slightly better than the Donkey figure. Something about it, it just kind of captures the character. Check out the embroidered eyes. Look at his mohawk. Even his hooves, they're kind of made of this leather material, and it just pops, and it just works.
Please don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Now, Princess Fiona, rounding out our trio, this mini doll is nothing short of an absolute marvel. Her body is so well proportioned and looks so much like an actual human, which is something you never see on plush toys. Keep in mind, again, there's no armature, there's no plastic body underneath. She's just a plush toy with a vinyl head. Granted, her hands are these kind of pathetic little oven mitts. It's goofy looking, but it does strangely work. The hair on this figure, it mystifies me. I don't know how they did the hair, because it's shaped like the one in the movie. Like, from a plush design perspective, I don't even know how you would get all those strands to form a shape like that. It is some seriously impressive stuff that I have not seen on any of the other Shrek figures. And the face sculpt on this one, my God, is it amazing. It looks just like the PDI animation model from the film. You want to know how good this Fiona sculpt is? Compare her to the action figure. Again, just like Donkey, it's better. And it's crazy to say that because I had considered the McFarlane action figures of Shrek to be the best Shrek figures we ever got. Like, on their own, the figures are amazing, and the Fiona figure is phenomenal. But when you compare it to this mini doll, I don't know, something about the mini doll captures the look of the film more. Again, I think it's the material. I think it's the vinyl used. Like, look at Fiona's flesh. There's, like, almost a level of translucency with the skin here that makes it look more lifelike. And the way that lighting is reflecting off of the skin looks more like the animation model. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but these plush just look really, really good.
Hi, it is fellow Lord Snoop Dogg. Join me and all of Duloc in partaking in the frankincense and more.
And then we have Farquaad. It's really funny to me that they would even make Farquaad. He's so menacing and evil that, I mean, what kid would want a little Farquaad beanie? Check out his hat and look at the stitching around it. It's crazy. And the likeness is pretty good too. Little flimsy body with pathetic oven mitt hands kind of works better on Farquaad than Fiona. Granted, Farquaad is known for his short stature, so maybe the goofy proportions just fit him more. This rounds out our set of 4, and when you line all 4 of them together, it really does look exactly like the movie poster. It's impressive how good these look. But we have one bonus character in the form of Gingy. Not surprised they made him, because Gingy is one of the standout comedic characters of the first film. Even if he's not in the movie a whole bunch, he's in some very iconic scenes. But this plush has eluded me. This is definitely the most elusive of the series. Now, prior to me finding this plush, I had seen the photos that were on the McFarlane Toys official website. So the Gingy on the website is smiling. He's different from the actual beanie here that you can see is clearly very angry and upset. There may be a smiling variant out there, but from all of my collecting and research, from what I gather, that is just a prototype. The actual version is angry. But then the plot thickened because I found this sad variant of Gingy that did see production. So there is an official variant of this beanie. Or maybe it's reverse. Maybe the angry version is the variant of the sad one, or maybe both are just variants of the smiling one, which could very well exist, just with no photographic proof online. We'll have to wait and see what happens with this gingerbread mystery. And yes, look at the leg. You can see it's attached with a string, and it velcros off. How cool is that? That makes this our only Gingy plush that is specific to Shrek 1. Another thing that may hinder displayability of these is the tags. They are quite comically large and can obscure parts of the figure. I would have preferred a set without tags. Now, I can't cut the tags off these. I simply can't do it because they're too rare, they're too collectible, and I do love seeing that classic $7.99 price tag. But keep in mind, for displaying purposes, you may want to find a set without the tags. That is if you can find a set at all, because I have been actively looking for these for a number of years now, and they just don't come up for sale. Especially that Gingy. I don't know why.
I'm Puss in Boots, and this is Jackass, and I call this the Ginger Snap. Everyone in this video hates me.
These plush perfectly capture the spirit of the first movie. However, that does mean we're missing some key characters. There's no Fiona in her ogress form, as a plush of that character would have likely spoiled the end of the movie. There's also no Puss in Boots, which is pretty obvious. However, there were many Puss in Boots plush made after this line that you can use as a stand-in. And by the time Shrek the Third came around, we actually got official Shrek Beanie Babies. Yes, by the Beanie Baby Company, TY. So this Puss in Boots here from 2007 makes for a great stand-in because it also has that great level of detail that kind of makes him fit right in. Even if he's a little oversized, it captures the spirit. And yes, scale be damned. Shrek is the same size as Lord Farquaad, and Gingy is the same size as Donkey. It doesn't add up. Men of Farquaad's size are in short supply, as we know. But who cares, because this set of beanies captures the spirit of the first Shrek film. They just remind me so much of the first movie. They are simply stellar. It's been over 2 decades since these plush were released, and they are still as revolutionary as they were the day they came out. They successfully took the detail of 6-inch collector action figures and translated them into a cuddly plush toy that is both playable and displayable. Simply put, the McFarlane beanbag plush are the stuff of wonders, and they deserve a spot on your shelf, whether you're a Shrek collector or just a collector of cartoons and animation as a whole. That's all I got for today, and in case you haven't gotten the vibes from these guys already, then you should have a happily ever after.
Well, Shrek, do you care to explain yourself? No, I don't.